I never imagined that betrayal could have a sound. But the night I heard my husband whisper someone else's name, it echoed through me like a scream. My name is Emily, and I thought I had a simple, peaceful life. A loving husband. A stable home. A family that had finally found harmony after years of chaos. But everything changed the moment I realized the two people I trusted most were secretly tearing my life apart. I married Daniel 3 years ago. He was charming, calculated in the way he spoke, always making me feel like he had everything under control. Emily, trust me, he used to say. I'll never hurt you. I believed him. My stepsister Lily moved in with us 8 months ago after my father passed away. She was the opposite of me, young, wild, carefree, and always hungry for attention. I took her in because family is family. And I wanted her to feel safe. But soon, I realized she was the kind of person who treated kindness like weakness. Still, I tried. I wanted to be a good sister. I wish I could go back and tell myself to run. The first sign came one Saturday morning. I walked into the kitchen and found Lily sitting way too close to Daniel. Their shoulders touched. Their voices were low. When they saw me, they jumped apart. Oh hey, Lily smiled too quickly. We were just talking about, your birthday plans. Daniel cleared his throat. Yeah. Surprise stuff. It wasn't even close to my birthday. I brushed it off because paranoia wasn't something I believed in. But small things kept stacking up. A scent of her perfume on his shirt. Her laughing too hard at his dry jokes. His phone always flipped face down. At night, Daniel stopped holding me. The warmth between us evaporated. I told myself marriage had phases, that stress made people act distant. But deep down, a storm was forming. The discovery, when my world cracked. One night, I woke up to the sound of footsteps. Soft. Careful. Too careful. I followed the sound down the hallway. It stopped near Lily's room. My heart pounded so loud I was scared they'd hear it. Then I heard it. A whisper. Daniel's voice. But the name he whispered wasn't mine. Lily, please, just one more minute. My whole body went cold. The air felt too heavy to breathe. I turned away before I could hear more. My knees shook. My hands trembled. Something inside me shattered quietly. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I needed truth. And more importantly, I needed a plan. The revenge plan begins. For 2 weeks, I acted normal. I cooked. I smiled. I let them think I was blind. Meanwhile, I prepared. I dug through financial documents. Daniel had been using my savings for investments he never told me about. Lily had maxed out a credit card in my name. They weren't just cheating. They were draining me dry. So I played the same game. I visited a lawyer. I gathered evidence, photos, voice recordings, bank statements. Every night, while Daniel sneaked into Lily's room, I sat awake in my home office drafting the blueprint of their downfall. I wasn't going to confront them with tears. I was going to confront them with consequences. I set everything up for a family dinner. Candles. Quiet music. Their guard was down. They thought I was clueless. Daniel smiled at me across the table. You look beautiful tonight. Thanks, I said calmly. I wanted tonight to be special. Lily twirled her hair. What's the occasion? I placed 2 envelopes on the table and slid one toward each of them. What's this? Daniel asked. Open it, I said, steady. They both opened the envelopes. Inside were printed photos, Daniel sneaking into Lily's room, their messages, their financial theft, everything. Lily's face drained of color. Emily, I can explain. No, I cut her off. You really can't. Daniel stood up. This isn't what you think. It's exactly what I think, I said. And now you too will face what you did. He tried to grab my arm. I stepped back. No touching, I said coldly. You lost that right. I turned to Lily. Pack your things within the hour. You're no longer welcome here. She stared at me, tears forming. Where am I supposed to go? That's not my concern anymore. Then I looked at Daniel. As for you. I filed for divorce. Yesterday. His mouth opened in shock. You did what? And I froze the accounts you were stealing from, I added. My lawyer will be in touch tomorrow. He slammed his hands on the table. Emily. Be reasonable. I was reasonable, I said. For far too long. Their world was collapsing, and for the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. But I wasn't done. Not yet. The final twist, taking back everything. The next morning, I executed the final part of my plan. Daniel had built his entire reputation on being a loyal, trustworthy businessman. I sent my evidence to the board of directors he worked for. Not fabricated, not exaggerated, just the truth. They fired him the same day. As for Lily? I gave the police the credit card records. They launched an investigation for identity fraud. Suddenly the two people who destroyed my life were too busy trying to save their own. I sold the house, my house, something I bought before I married Daniel. I bought a new place in a different city. Quiet. Peaceful. Where their shadows couldn't reach me. I changed my number. Cut them off completely. And for the first time in a long while, I felt free. Months later, I heard they were living together in a tiny rented apartment. Daniel couldn't find stable work. Lily was dealing with her court case. But the truth? I didn't care. Their suffering wasn't my happiness. My freedom was. I rebuilt myself. I rediscovered who I was outside the pain, outside the lies. And now, as I sit in my new home with sunlight filling the room and a future that finally feels like mine, I realize something. I didn't just get revenge. I reclaimed my life. The day they betrayed me was the day I learned how powerful I could become.